Good morning, fifth graders. I certainly miss seeing you guys. We're going to be working on Unit 2, Lesson 5, Day 4 today. Keep in mind that tomorrow will be Day 5 and you will be doing that checkpoint. So make sure you're doing all of your lessons and activities today so that you're ready for that checkpoint tomorrow. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So here's our target word list that we've been working with. And let's review our 3 Latin roots that we've been using this lesson. So in line 1, we have the root sens, which means to be aware. Specifically, we talked about how that relates to using our senses, our 5 different faculties, to be aware of what's going on around us. So all those words are going to have to do with that meaning. In line 2, we have spec, which means, everybody, to see. Very good. So all of these words have to do with something that we can see. And then line 3, we have sim, which once again, everybody, that means very good, like. So all of these words are going to show how something is like. And then we have line 4, which is a mixture of the different roots that we've been talking about. Today, one of the words I want to talk about specifically that's in here is this word species. And we can have different words that go along with the word species. A lot of times we don't see this word by itself, but almost in a pair or a phrase with other words. For example, like the phrase endangered species. So an endangered species is one that is in danger of becoming extinct, no longer existing. We also see this along with native species. This is one we'll be using in the colonization unit when we talk about species of plants and animals that were here in the Americas before Europeans came in. That would be a native species. It was here before other people brought things in. We can talk about threatened species. So similar to endangered, maybe not quite as in danger of becoming extinct, but they're being threatened by something, maybe a lack of food or their environment's being threatened, something like that. We can talk about protected species, species that are protected by a law or a government in some way, like the black rhino is a protected species. You're not allowed to hunt it because they're trying to protect it from becoming extinct. We can also talk about the difference between animal species and plant species. So we have different types of animals, different types of plants, and we typically use that word species to explain those. Okay, so let's move on then to our next slide. Because on the next slide, we are going to talk about maybe the word sense and how the word sense has 4 different meanings, 4 different ways that we can use this word in context. So the first one, is the one that I feel like we talk about the most, one of the 5 faculties. So touch, taste, smell, sight, hearing, one of your 5 senses. We talk about this a lot in language arts. We look at how authors use the senses to describe things to us in using sensory language. You guys have practiced using sensory language to describe things in details. So I think you're pretty familiar with that one. The second definition is a certain feeling that we get. Like you might sense something. You have this feeling of danger or this feeling of accomplishment. So we might say the young gymnast felt a sense of accomplishment when she learned how to do a cartwheel. It's that feeling you get. The third definition is a quality that is part of one's personality. So in this one, it might be something like mom has a great sense of direction. So it would be used in conjunction with some kind of almost like character trait or quality personality trait. They have a sense of something. They understand something really well. And then number 4 is a reason. We might use this in a sentence like, there's no sense in taking the dog with us because he doesn't do well in the car. It's a reason why we might do or not do something. So if you would like a piece of candy when you come back to school, use this word in 4 different sentences, showing that you understand the 4 different meanings of the word sense and how we can use it in context. And you'll get a special treat when you come back to school. All right, on to our last foundational skills slide for today. This is where we're going to apply the concept. So you see here that we have some words that are missing their roots. So we're just going to go through, and I want you guys, if you need to pause it, go ahead and do it. But I want you to look at each one and fill in the words. So go ahead and pause it and do that, and then I will tell you what they are. So the first one is specify. The second one is simultaneously. Then we have retrospective, censor, oversensitive, and introspection. So hopefully you got all those right, and keep working today. Bye.